Next, we have another one of the new kids on the court, Ricky Robinson, who was number 22 this year but will be number 21 next year. He's a freshman in telecommunications from Linden, New Jersey. He was also considered one of the top 100 players in the East and has been described as, I love this quote, a glistening ball handler with unusual passing and dribbling ability for one of his stature. And the title of his speech is Developing Inner Strength.
Thank you. How many of you have lost a parent? When I was a senior in high school and 18 years old, I lost my father. He suffered from sugar diabetes and had lost one of his lungs in a car accident the year before. A severe case of the flu, which resulted in walking pneumonia, caused his death. Since I was his only child, I didn't realize how close we were until after he had died. So therefore, his death had a devastating effect on me. But one of the things that he told me was to never lose sight of your goals. Because of this, I feel my father gave me good advice, so I want to pass it on to you and let you know that you will be able to cope with the death of a parent. One of the things that helped me go on was that I knew that my father loved me. Because of his love for me, I wanted to do whatever it took to please him, even if this meant giving 100% in the classroom, doing homework, practicing, or just playing basketball. Secondly, I turned to my mother, who was able to help me cope with his death. She told me that it would be hard for me to understand his death, and I probably wouldn't until I was much older. She also reminded me that there is a greater being in his death, and there will be a time when we will all be together again. My mother said that my father dwelled inside of me. This meant that there were things that I did around the house that reminded her of him, whether it meant just sitting in a chair, watching television, or sometimes climbing around, dancing around the house. Playing basketball was another technique that I used to cope with my father's death. Although my father loved the sport, he never played it. I derived all my ability to play basketball from my mother. My dad would always be proud of me whenever he read my name in the paper the next day. When I was a senior in high school, I had over 90 schools looking at me, calling me day in and day out. I knew that regardless of what happened in my family, that my mother or my father did not want me to lose sight of my goal. But now I'm on a scholarship at WVU, and I dedicate each game and each day in the classroom, in the town, and in the environment to my parents. Because I know that if it weren't for them, I would not have the God-given ability to do what I do best, and that's get a college education and play basketball. As a role model for many young kids, my advice to you is to never lose sight of your goals. There will be many times in life when you will feel like you're not achieving anything. These are the times when you have to reach deep inside yourself and ask yourself, am I going to quit? Am I going to be a success? My advice to you is to choose success, because your future and the success that you achieve depends on what you put into it. Thank you.
This is something that you didn't get to see for his speech. Smile. Look at them and smile. Okay.